A momentous Supreme Court ruling has sent shockwaves through Prime Minister Keir Starmer's administration, delivering its first significant legal setback and amplifying the turmoil engulfing the government. At a time when Britain grapples with an unrelenting cost of living crisis, public scrutiny of Starmer's policies, especially his handling of taxpayer funds on international initiatives, has reached new heights. His perceived prioritization of European Union interests over pressing domestic concerns has only fueled discontent. This landmark ruling has fundamentally altered the government's approach to foreign affairs, signaling a dramatic shift in how executive power is wielded. The Supreme Court's decision was unequivocal in its condemnation, labeling Starmer's actions as legally indefensible and exposing his administration's failure to operate within appropriate legal frameworks. This judgment underscores the judiciary's crucial role in curbing executive overreach, particularly when policies threaten key industries, jobs, and national interests. A central point of contention was Starmer's approach to EU negotiations. The court found that his government engaged in high-profile talks without conducting critical impact assessments, particularly in sectors such as agriculture and trade, which form the economic backbone for millions of Britons. By sidestepping established legal safeguards, the administration put crucial industries at risk, jeopardizing employment and potentially undermining billions in trade agreements. Furthermore, the ruling illuminated Starmer's failure to secure parliamentary oversight on vital foreign policy matters. His unilateral push for an EU reset was deemed reckless, raising profound concerns about democratic accountability. The ruling effectively curtails Starmer's aggressive foreign policy agenda, making it clear that his unchecked authority will no longer proceed unchallenged. With Britain at a crossroads, critical questions now arise about leadership, governance, and the nation's broader international strategy. As the dust settles, the implications of this ruling extend far beyond procedural matters. The Supreme Court has reinforced a foundational principle: the British government cannot pursue unilateral foreign policy decisions without adhering to established legal protocols. This landmark decision serves as a reminder that the Prime Minister is not above the law and must be held accountable. Moving forward, Starmer's ability to shape foreign aid policies and trade agreements has been significantly constrained, sending a clear message that executive power must be exercised with proper legal scrutiny. The timing of this setback could not be worse for Starmer, who has only recently taken office and now faces a significant legal challenge that casts serious doubts on his leadership approach. His administration has exhibited a troubling pattern of bypassing parliamentary and legal norms, favoring political expediency over sound governance. The ruling has also raised alarm over the potential erosion of Britain's post-Brexit achievements, particularly in the field of genetic crop research, a sector valued at over £1 billion annually. The court's decision highlights the risks posed by Starmer's eagerness to mend ties with the EU, which could jeopardize years of progress in agricultural innovation. If European regulations are reinstated, British farmers may find themselves burdened with severe restrictions, threatening their livelihoods and the country's food security. Across the UK, concern is mounting over Starmer's perceived willingness to concede to EU demands, which could unravel hard-won agricultural advancements. These regulatory setbacks would not only stifle cutting-edge technologies but could also lead to higher food prices, job losses, and a significant decline in Britain's competitive edge in global markets. Beyond the agricultural sector, the ruling has cast a critical spotlight on Starmer's controversial foreign aid policies. His decision to slash £7.5 billion from the UK's international aid budget has ignited a fierce backlash both at home and abroad. The timing of the cuts, just ahead of a highly anticipated meeting with former US President Donald Trump, has fueled speculation that Starmer is aligning Britain's foreign policy with American political interests at the expense of humanitarian obligations. The fallout from this move was immediate and severe, culminating in the resignation of Ian Lyle, the Minister for International Development. Lyle warned that the drastic cuts would have devastating repercussions for vulnerable populations worldwide. Millions of people depend on British aid for access to food, clean water, and medical care. Critics argue that by prioritizing short-term political maneuvering over long-term humanitarian commitments, Starmer is fundamentally undermining Britain's global standing. Strategically, these aid reductions could exacerbate instability in already fragile regions, triggering migration crises and heightening global unrest. Britain has historically leveraged its foreign aid program to maintain influence on the world stage, But Starmer's willingness to weaken this diplomatic tool may create a power vacuum that allows global rivals such as China to expand their presence, thereby sidelining the UK in crucial international affairs. As Starmer's administration struggles to navigate these mounting challenges, the Supreme Court's ruling serves as a stark warning about the perils of unchecked executive power. The decision has reinforced the role of the judiciary in upholding legal and democratic principles, ensuring that no leader can bypass the institutions designed to maintain balance and accountability. Moving forward, Britain faces pivotal choices that will define its trajectory, choices that demand leadership rooted in transparency, accountability, and adherence to the rule of law. With public confidence wavering and legal challenges mounting, Starmer's ability to govern effectively is now under the microscope. The ramifications of this ruling will not only shape his tenure but will also influence Britain's domestic and international policies for years to come. The nation now awaits Starmer's response. Will he double down on his current path, or will he recalibrate his approach in the face of legal and political reality? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain: the era of unchecked executive decision-making has come to an abrupt halt. Stay tuned for further analysis on what this means for Britain's future. If you found this report informative, please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your engagement helps us continue to bring you in-depth coverage of the most pressing political developments. See you soon.